Welcome back, Focus Learners. Today, we're jumping right into something genuinely incredible from Volume 7 of the Shurangama Sutra. Now, what we're looking at in this explainer isn't just some abstract theory. It's a highly detailed, deeply symbolic, and frankly, exact blueprint for building the ultimate spiritual space. We're talking about establishing a Bodhi Manda, a sacred boundary and altar built for intense spiritual awakening. If you've ever been curious about the precise geometry, the sensory environment, and those rigorous daily routines ancient Buddhist masters used to reach profound states of consciousness, well, you're going to love this.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We've got 5 main parts. First, foundation preparation. Second, adorning the altar. Third, exquisite offerings. Fourth, the 21-day practice. And finally, the 100-day retreat. Let's dive in.
Starting off with Section 1, Foundation Preparation.
So, you can't just set up a sacred space anywhere. The physical and spiritual groundwork here is absolutely crucial. Step 1 is actually human. You have to find a pure precept master, someone who upholds the rules with absolute, flawless purity. Without them, the boundaries just won't hold. Next comes the ground itself. The sutra gets incredibly specific. You need to source dung from white cows that live high in the snow mountains, cows eating only pure herbs and drinking snow water. Now, if you aren't near a snow mountain, which, let's be honest, is most of us, you've got to dig down at least 5 feet into a plain to find totally untouched, pure yellow earth. Then you blend that earth with 10 specific, highly precious incenses like sandalwood and aloes wood, grind them into a powder, and mix it into a fragrant mud to plaster the ground. You're literally creating a base completely free from everyday worldly contamination.
All right, moving on to Section 2, Adorning the Altar.
This is where we build upward. Picture a 16-foot octagonal stage. Right at the exact center, you place a lotus flower, but not a real one. It has to be crafted from gold, silver, copper, or wood. And nestled right inside that precious lotus is a bowl filled with pure dew collected in August. It sets this incredibly ethereal tone for the whole space.
Now, it gets even more fascinating. Around that central bowl, you place 8 circular mirrors. Outside of those, 16 more lotuses and 16 censers burning pure aloes wood, specifically the kind that produces a rich fragrance without any visible flame. But here is the real mindbender. You suspend 8 additional mirrors high up in the air, directly facing the ones below. So the mirrors just reflect each other endlessly. Imagine standing in that room, smokeless incense, exquisite images of Buddhas on the walls, and the space reflecting itself into infinity. It's designed to completely shatter your normal perception of physical space.
Okay, let's look at Section 3, Exquisite Offerings.
With the space build, we have to prepare the offerings to invite the Buddhas. The text explicitly lists out what you need: white cow's milk, milk cakes, rock honey, pure ghee, fresh fruits, milk porridge, oil cakes, and various sugars. You have to arrange 16 sets of these specific foods in a circle right outside the lotuses. Notice the theme here, right? It's all about absolute purity. These represent the most refined sustenance possible.
And then there's the midnight ritual. Every single night, right at midnight, you mix half a pint of honey with 3 pints of ghee. You step up to a small, fiercely blazing censer, and you throw that mixture right into the fire, letting it burn completely until the smoke vanishes. That sweet smoke ascending into the night is meant to literally feed the Buddhas spiritually. Talk about an intense, sensory experience in the dead of night.
So, that brings us to Section 4, the 21-day practice.
Here is exactly what the daily routine looks like. It's a massive escalation over 3 weeks. The first 7 days, it's highly physical. You circumambulate or walk around the altar 6 times a day, chanting the Shurangama mantra 108 times during each session. The second 7 days, you shift inward. You spend that time uninterruptedly making bodhisattva vows to save all living beings. And then, the third 7 days, this is the ultimate test of mental endurance. For 12 straight hours a day, you hold your mind entirely on the Shurangama mantra with singular, unbroken focus.
So, what's the payoff for all this extreme dedication? Well, the sutra tells us that on the 21st day, if you've done this perfectly, you'll experience a direct connection with the divine. The Buddhas of the 10 directions will actually appear, right there in the intersecting light of the mirrors, and rub the crown of your head to bring you comfort and profound awakening.
Which leads us to our final section, the 100-day retreat.
Because believe it or not, those 21 days were just the warm-up for exactly 100 days of deep meditation.
For 100 days, you sit peacefully in the Bodhi Manda, No distractions, no leaving the boundary. The sutra promises that through this process, your body and mind become as brilliantly clear as glass. Eons of karmic debt are just wiped away. And even if you don't instantly achieve full sagehood right then and there, you walk away with the definitive, unshakable knowledge that your future Buddhahood is an absolute certainty. It's a total game changer.
So it really makes you wonder. We're talking about digging 5 feet for pure earth, aligning infinite mirrors, midnight offerings, and 121 days of grueling practice. It totally challenges our modern ideas about dedication. Could you maintain the flawless purity, intense focus, and unwavering devotion required to construct and master this sacred blueprint? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep cultivating that focused curiosity.